How does the law of attraction actually work in real life?
So the law of attraction is kind of a blend of mindset and focus. Basically, it suggests that by focusing on positive or negative thoughts, you bring positive or negative experiences into your life. In practice, a lot of people use visualization, affirmations, or just being really mindful about their goals, kind of aligning their actions with their intentions. Of course, it's debated. Some see it as a psychological boost, while others think it's more spiritual. What do you think? Does it click for you, or do you see it differently?
Can the law of attraction really change someone's financial situation?
Yeah, that's a big question. Some people swear by it, saying that the mindset shift helps them take more confident actions, like seeking opportunities or networking. But there's also a practical side. Real financial shifts usually come from tangible steps budgeting, learning new skills, investing. So I think the law of attraction might be a helpful motivator, but it's usually most powerful when paired with real world action. Does that kind of balance up make sense to you?
What are the most common mistake people make when using the law of attraction?
Yeah, one of the big mistakes is that people think it's just about wishing and not taking any action. They kind of expect things to just appear without putting in effort or setting up plans. Another mistake is being too vague, like just saying, I want to be rich without any specific goals or steps. So the most successful approach is pairing that mindset with concrete, actionable steps. Does that sound like what you've seen too?
How can I manifest money faster using the law of attraction?
So, if you're thinking about speeding up that process, it really helps to be super clear on your financial goals, like set a specific amount, a timeline, and a realistic plan. Combine that with daily affirmations, visualization, and then take small practical actions like budgeting, learning about investing, or creating income streams. Basically, the clearer and more consistent you are, the more likely you'll spot opportunities. What's your financial goal, if you don't mind me asking?
Is visualization more important than action in manifestation?
I'd say it's more like a balance. Visualization is a great tool because it keeps you focused and motivated, but action is what grounds it in reality. Visualization can support your belief and creativity, but without real world steps like planning, learning, or taking risks, you're just waiting for something abstract to happen. So they work hand in hand. Visualize, but also act.
How do emotion attract the law of attraction result?
Yeah, so emotions are really central because they kind of act like a signal. When you feel excited, grateful, or confident, you're basically aligning yourself with that future you want. People often say strong positive emotions keep you open to opportunities and keep you motivated. On the flip side, if you're feeling doubt or fear, it can block your ability to take action. So the stronger and more positive your emotions, the more you align yourself with the outcome. Does that sound in line with what you've read or felt?
Can negative thoughts block my manifestation completely?
Yeah, that's a common concern. Negative thoughts themselves don't necessarily stop everything, but they can create a kind of internal resistance. They make you doubt yourself or slow down your actions. So it's less about them being a total block and more that they can weaken your confidence or make you less likely to take the steps you need. So the key is not to suppress negative thoughts, but to notice them, reframe them, and keep taking those positive actions. Does that feel more doable for you?
What daily habits can improve my manifestation power?
Oh, great question. So, a few daily habits can really help. First, start each day with a few minutes of gratitude, just acknowledging what you already have. Then, visualize your goals daily as if they're already happening, really feel them. Also, keep a journal where you note small steps you take towards your goals so you see progress. And lastly, stay flexible. If something doesn't work out, adjust, but keep your focus.
How long does it take for the law of attraction to work?
Yeah, that's a big one. There's no set timeline. For some people, they see shifts pretty quickly, especially when they're consistent with their actions and mindset. For others, it might take months or even longer, depending on the complexity of the goal. The key is staying patient, taking those steady steps, and keeping faith, but without obsessing over a specific time frame. Does that ease your mind a bit, or do you feel like you need a more concrete time frame?
Is the law of attraction scientifically proven or just belief?
Yeah, so that's a bit of a mixed bag. There's no scientific consensus that the law of attraction, as it's often presented, has a solid basis in research. Some psychological studies do back up parts, like how positive thinking can improve resilience or motivation, but the idea that just thinking about something makes it happen isn't really supported by hard science. So it's more of a personal or motivational tool. It can help your mindset, but it's not a magic switch. Does that help clarify it for you?
What if everything happening in my life is something I attract myself?
Yeah, that's a really powerful thought. And I think a lot of people feel that way at some point. It's important to remember, though, that while your mindset and choices shape a lot, not everything is fully under your control. Life is also shaped by outside factors, chance, and other people's actions. So you can reflect on what you're attracting or creating, but also give yourself some grace. Life is a mix. Does that resonate with how you're feeling?
Why do some people manifest success easily while others struggles?
Yeah, that's really nuanced. Often it comes down to things like circumstances, access to resources, confidence, and just consistency. Some people have more support systems or fewer obstacles so they can keep going. Others might have self doubt, lack of opportunity, or just get discouraged along the way. So it's not that some people are better at manifesting, but that a mix of mindset, action, and external factors all play a role. Does that align with what you've noticed?
Can fear be stronger than manifestation power?
Absolutely. Yeah. Fear can be a huge anchor. Even if you have a strong vision, if fear keeps you from acting or pushes you towards self doubt, it can really slow you down. So, in a way, fear can override or block that momentum. The good news is, though, once you start addressing fear, like by taking small steps, building confidence, or working through it, your belief and actions can get stronger again. Does that make sense for you?
What would happen if I truly believed I deserving everything I want?
Yeah, that's a really empowering shift. If you fully believe you deserve it, you start showing up differently. You take bolder actions, set bigger goals, and you stop holding yourself back. It doesn't mean everything will come instantly, but it means you trust yourself more and you start seeing new possibilities that you might have dismissed before. I'd say it's a big mindset boost. So if you feel ready, see how it shifts your perspective.
How can I align my subconscious mind with my desire?
Ah, that's a really great question. One of the best ways is through repetition and emotional association. So you can use daily affirmations, really feeling them so that your subconscious starts to accept them as truth. Visualization also helps because it immerses you in the feeling of already having what you want. And of course, staying consistent, doing it daily so that it really sinks in. What kind of desires are you trying to align with right now?
What role does belief play in successful manifestation?
Believe is really the foundation. When you truly believe you're capable and worthy of what you want, it shifts your mindset. You take bolder steps, you stay resilient, and you're more open to opportunities. Without belief, it's easy to get discouraged or second guess yourself. So it's not just a feel good thing. Belief drives action, and action creates momentum. Does that make sense to you?
How do I stay positive when results are not visible?
Yeah, that's a tough one, but it's totally doable. One way is to focus on small wins. Just acknowledge any progress, even if it's tiny, so you remind yourself you're moving forward. Also, keep your why front and center, why you started, why it matters to you. And practice patience. Remind yourself that some results just take time to unfold. Surrounding yourself with supportive reminders like affirmations or people who uplift you can also help keep you steady. What's been the hardest part for you so far?